It's the WSL or bust for Man City this season, but when it comes to the league, their recent form is flawless. Currently on a run of 12 consecutive wins. Can they keep that going today and leapfrog Chelsea back to the top of the table? A different story for their opponents. West Ham currently sits second bottom from the WSL with only one win in 5, but a highlight this season was a win against Arsenal. Can this group do the same against another title contender today? It's Manchester City versus West Ham, and kickoff is in 10 minutes' time. And a big welcome to my guest, Farah Williams. What's happening, Farah? You all right?
He's on the TikTok trend, isn't he?
I've been watching.
That's really good. I'm good. I didn't know how to answer it then, but I'm good.
Sorry.
I'm good.
And look, Man City today, they could do a record. They've won 12 consecutive wins. How impressed by them have you been this year?
Yeah, really impressed. I think, certainly in terms of how we saw them last year, when they lost that spine of the team, I felt they lost a little bit of their identity. I feel like this year, I think their mentality has been, unbelievable. I think that's something that's really, allowed them to compete with Chelsea. I think certainly the back line in terms of conceding fewer goals this year has been really good. And then they've got a front line in all four of them where goals come from. And when you have a striker like Bunny Shaw, you always guarantee goals.
And West Ham, they're at the other end of the WSL table. What have you made? How do you assess their season?
Yeah, I mean, for me, a little bit disappointed. I think the summer signings they had, I thought they made the team more competitive. I thought again in January they brought some more big signings in, Gory in particular, and I thought they'd really kick on. But in terms of their league placing, disappointing for me.
Thanks, Farah. Well, look, time to hear from Gareth Taylor, who I caught up with a little bit earlier today. Closing in on a WSL record for consecutive wins, is that something you knew about?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think it's our record. I think in a season as well to go anything beyond kind of double figures is really impressive from any team. And we have an opportunity to do that today and extend that. Of course, that's not what wins you the league. Of course, it's not. But it's good recognition of we're moving in the right direction, and that's all we can look at is the next game.
And look, we know in the WSL every game matters. Coming into the crunch part of the season, has your messaging changed at all to your group of players now it means just a little bit more?
I wouldn't say so. I mean, I think it's just trying to normalise things and without putting too much pressure on. The messages have been the same from the start of the season. I can remember my first team talk against West Ham at the beginning of the season, and it was about what our intention is this season. And our intention is to win the league, and that's not changed. And I think it's an amazing position for us to be in with 4 games to go, knowing that if we take care of our business, we have a really good chance of winning the league, and that's what we've worked so hard for. Now we don't want to give it away.
And a player who's back in today, Jess Park, great run of form. You must be happy with her performances in recent weeks.
Yeah, Jess has done really well. She's thrived in there at the moment. She's added things to us as a team, which is really helpful with and without the ball. And yeah, she's enjoying that. I think she's enjoying that run of consistent performances, and yeah, she's really stepping up at the moment by adding goals to her game.
Well, Gareth, thank you and good luck today.
Cheers, thank you.
We heard there from Gareth that Jess has been enjoying being part of the team. What have you made of her since she became a regular starter in this squad?
I think she's been phenomenal. I think, she's come into this team off the back of Jill Rod's injury, who was exceptional at the time and in great form. But this is what Jess is really good at. When she picks up the balls in Owen's areas, driving at defenders, making it uncomfortable, and then has the composure to finish. But I think this was her best game of the season against her rivalries, Man United. This looks easy, but the execution on this is actually quite difficult. The pace of the ball coming in, she just cushions it on the volley. And then you just see her here, she stays alive, works the back shoulder, and then gets her second goal against Man United. But we heard Gareth Taylor talk there in the interview. She's added goals to her game. So we knew that she was a very good dribbler, somebody that assisted quite often, didn't have enough goals in her game. He also mentioned her off the ball, and that's something that's really impressed me. Work rate and her aggressiveness without the ball has really made her more of a complete player and a more of a consistent player.
And we see there those goals, amazing quality. And someone who is now missing minutes, Chloe Kelly, are you surprised about how much she's missing out at the minute?
Yeah, massively. Look, she started the first 15 games of the season for this team and was in fantastic form. And then there's some rumours around, potential move in the summer. Whether that's right, true or false, who knows? But to then be out of the squad, it only allows for speculation and for us to believe that that might be a part of the reason as to why she's not in. But I know this player, I'm a fan of her, and I think she's fantastic. And, she's a player that you certainly want to see on the pitch, not on the bench.
Well, we heard from Gareth Taylor. I also caught up with Rianne Skinner earlier today. Rianne, back here against Manchester City, a team that has been a difficult opponent for you in recent years. How would you prepare for this one?
I think obviously every game that we prepare for, we prepare the same. We want to make sure that we come out and do the things that we're good at. We know it's going to be a difficult game today, but ultimately, the players have worked incredibly hard every game, and I think we're improving all the time.
And a positive, you did take points against another title contender in Arsenal. Is that something that you're talking about, reminding your group of players of going into a game against Man City, who are right up there?
I think we just have to play in this game with no fear, and I think whenever we've done that this year, we've actually given a really good account of ourselves. That's the most important thing, and when we've done that, we've been able to take points off teams that people would assume that we wouldn't, so that's going to be an important thing today.
Well, look, the teams are out. What are you expecting today?
Well, both teams have something to play for. If West Ham pick up 3 points today, that guarantees them another season in WSL. And if Manchester City win, they leapfrog Chelsea to go top of the table and put extra pressure on Chelsea, knowing they're going to have to play the catch-up. So I'm looking at, it's certainly going to be a competitive game and one that I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, me too, Farhan. It's time to join our commentary. Rachel Brown-Finnis is alongside Flo Pollock.
Thank you and good afternoon, everyone. 4 league games remaining. Manchester City behind Chelsea by the merest of markers. Only goal difference keeps Chelsea top, and with the reigning WSL champions not in league action this weekend, today is a chance for City to go top of the league and let Chelsea chase them. Their opponents, West Ham, are without a win in 5 WSL games, but their last win was against Arsenal, so they've proved this year that they've got the players to get the results against the bigger sides. Team news then for Manchester City. One change from their last league game, which was over 2 weeks ago, and it's a forced change. Kirsten Kasperai suspended and replaced by Leah Wuhabi, who saw red last time these sides faced each other. Kiara Keating fit enough to start in goal. She was a doubt after dropping out from the England setup. Bunny Shaw leads the line, the league's top goal scorer with 19 goals. As for West Ham, Rhiannon Skinner makes 2 changes from the 0-0 with Brighton. Hawa Sissoko comes back into the back line and Jess Zhu starts. Out comes Emma Harries and Emma Snurler. No place in the squad for Kirsty Mewers, who still isn't fit enough. Rachel Brown-Finnis alongside me this afternoon. Who are the players that you think are set to be the difference makers this afternoon?
Well, the difference maker all season for Manchester City has been Khadija Shaw. All-time leading scorer for Manchester City, leading the line in the WSL as well. And she comes up against Mackenzie Arnold. She's the one who, for West Ham, could make a difference. Captain, she's been there for nearly 4 years. The longest standing player in this lineup today. We all saw her at the World Cup making dramatic, particular penalty saves. And I'm sure she'll be thoroughly tested today by that lady.
Mackenzie Arnold, captain of West Ham, made a save last time these sides faced each other. Saved a penalty against Chloe Kelly, who's not in the starting 11 this afternoon. I'm sure we'll see her from the bench, though. Sunny but blustery afternoon from the Joy Stadium here in Manchester. Our referee, Abigail Byrne, was the referee last time these sides faced each other. She sent off Leah Wuhabi in that match, straight red. And with Chelsea focused on the Champions League, getting that big 1-0 win against Barcelona yesterday. Rachel, City the favourites for the title?
I think so. We'll know very much more, obviously, at the end of today. They'll be firmly in the driving seat should they go on and do what I would expect most casual observers of the game to do today. And that would be to go and beat West Ham. And they'll be also looking at the margin of goal difference. Flo, only 2 goals between them and Chelsea. And if they get the opportunity today, Gareth Taylor will want to see the ruthless side of Manchester City.
Both sets of players take the knee ahead of the game, showing their continued support in the fight against racism. No room for racism in the game. And Manchester City get us underway, looking to go top of the WSL. Jess Park on the front foot already. Slides it out to the right. Slid through brilliantly for Jess Park. Park in the box, beats her player across goal, and it's in! Manchester City take the lead within a minute. Leia Wuhabi with the finish.
Well, barely have West Ham had a touch. We saw them hold Sandy McKeever's shirt up, out very recently, injured, surgery, another dreaded ACL. Sandy McKeever will be wanting her back, but this has been what Manchester City have been so good at, driving forward the ball. Jess Park, we highlighted her before today's match. She's been unplayable at times, but look at the gaps. It's so easy to dispatch that. You see Jess Park just jinks around, cuts it back, absolute textbook as to where Wuhabi should be, penalty spot, and it's the simplest of starts. West Ham are asleep.
Leia Wuhabi with the finish. Manchester City made it look so easy. We hadn't even played 30 seconds. Manchester City 1, West Ham 0.
Well, Rhian Skinner will be absolutely furious with that pedestrian start. Exactly what you don't want. Coming away from home, underdogs as it stands initially, and to gift them such an easy opening.
And you said about goal difference as well, Rachel. Manchester City got a goal already.
I'm almost positive that would have been a part of Gareth Taylor's mindset, not just team talk ahead of this, but everything building up to this grand finale of the season. They've got nothing left to play for, Manchester City. It's the WSL title or nothing for them.
Kennedy into Hasegawa. Used to play for West Ham, now a key part of this Gareth Taylor side. Alana Kennedy on the ball. Sprays it out to the left-hand side for Lauren Hemp. Options in the middle. Gets the ball across, looking for Shaw. Just it down on the volley! Bunny Shaw! What a finish! Manchester City flying! A 20th league goal for Khadija Bunny Shaw.
From a contest point of view, this isn't great, but from an execution, it's a carbon copy of the first goal. This first one, Jess Park down the right. Second, exactly, long ball from the centre half, diagonal precision into space, down the channel. Bit of clever jinking, beautiful hold-up play from Khadija Shaw, just shoves off a defender, creates that space, and a finish into exactly the top corner of Mackenzie Arnold's goal. Leila Wuhabi found herself finishing. This is disastrous for West Ham, but absolutely clinical. 2 chances, 2 shots, 2 goals. And that is why they are top of the table.
Top bins from Khadija Bunny Shaw. She's the league's leading goal scorer. And looks like she's going to be winning the Golden Boot. Rachel Brown-Finnis, from a West Ham perspective, you're a player now, what are you thinking?
I hope they're shell-shocked into action, because what you can't do as a West Ham player is just sit off and be as passive as they have been. You've seen the 2 goals have both come, one from Alex Greenwood, one from Alana Kennedy, playing that long ball. So up front, Ueki's got to work hard to press. Another one now, Alex Greenwood into the channel.
Looking for Lauren Hemp, it's going to roll through for Mackenzie Arnold to collect. First time she's touched the ball without having to pull it out of her own net.
The start she would have wanted.
And not much she could do about either goal.
No, from a goalkeeper's point of view, all you can do is organise the defence in front of you. Both balls were, certainly Jess Parks, really incisive, picked out an unmarked player. It's defenceless.
West Ham trying to come forward. Now Ueki up against Wuhabi, flags up, offside free kick for City.
What every player's got to do for West Ham is out of possession. Right, how can I help the team? How can I stop Manchester City getting easy possession of the ball? Work together with my two around me in midfield. At least the City fans on the far side are getting a suntan.
Shame we're not, Rachel. Out for a Manchester City throw-in on that far side. And you feel now for City a chance to rack up the goal difference.
Absolutely, if there ever was one, you know, 5 minutes in, 2 goals up already. Said that the real sign of champion winners, title winners, is that ruthless streak.
Mary Fowler putting a bit of pressure on Smith. Up to Ueki. Can't get it under control. Lauren Hemp into the scorer of the first goal, Leah Wahabi. First WSL goal for the fullback. Jess Park back out to Fowler. Great awareness from Hasegawa there to see the player running off her shoulder, first time pass. Such a key part of Gareth Taylor's midfield.
Yeah, Hasegawa's head is just always on a swivel. She's always checking her shoulder. She's been so integral to what Gareth Taylor wants to do. Pulled out through the back. Got 2 centre halves who can play the direct ball. Excellent execution is that direct ball into the channels and the threats that City possess. We've already seen twice today. Hasegawa is that more central, shorter option.
Started every WSL game, Hasegawa, this season for Gareth Taylor. Wahabi. It's good defending from Hawa Sissoko just to get ahead of Lauren Hemp. You can't let her run, she's got such pace. That's a poor pass out from Mackenzie Arnold. Bunny Shaw with the effort. Arnold smothers.
Just wanted a chance to save one, didn't she, Mackenzie Arnold? So she teed up Bunny Shaw.
Forward, positive. Joining Jess. Pockets, Jess, pockets.
West Ham with a rare foray forward. Smith. Cut out well by Fowler, back doing her defensive work.
Anu, drop in a little bit. Anu, stay there. Anu.
Chiara Keating in goal for Manchester City, fit enough to play. Was a few concerns she wouldn't. They had to get an emergency loan, Manchester City, for Katie Startup, goalkeeper from Brighton.
Yeah, it could be a really precarious situation for City with Sandy McKeever being out with an ACL and Ellie Roebuck being out with an injury as well. You know, 2 established WSL and England international goalkeepers. Chiara Keating has been an ever-present this season, just keeps getting better match by match.
Just to give you a sense of how lightning quick Manchester City started this game. They scored after 25 seconds, and then just 2.5 minutes later they had the second. Fast start from City, but very poor from this West Ham side, and that's why they're at the bottom of the table, near the bottom of the table, as Denton comes across and clears the danger as Wahabi's running forward.
West Ham are recognising that channel ball, and Sissoko and Denton are actually working a little bit more closely together, so not as isolated. It's 2 goals too late.
Wahabi into the box, punched out well by Arnold. Manchester City enjoying themselves this afternoon.
Yeah, a little bit risky play there. He plays centrally, has to get to that anchor player. Just not enough pace on it. Was rushed into it by a good out of possession player, Lauren Hemp. Making a rushed decision when it comes to that. Sometimes just has to go long. And she knows that was her chance for her 50th.
Yeah, closing in on 50 WSL goals, Bunny Shaw. She is some player and has had such a great season for Manchester City. In some ways, a little bit underrated, really. Not always talked about.
I think her first season, she wasn't particularly prolific, didn't always start.
Oh, Lauren Hemp's done well there. On the side of corner.
It's a full-blooded tackle from Shimizu. Excellent covering, though. That's what West Ham have needed, is players to come back and cover. The electric pace of Jess Park down the right and Lauren Hemp down the left, they're going to get beyond those full-backs. So good work from the midfield to get back, provide that.
Corner goes short to Park. City changed the angle of the delivery. Back out to Fowler. City just happy to keep the ball. Fowler out on this left-hand side now into Hemp. That's a Gower on the volley. Straight down the throat of the goalkeeper.
Good patient play from Manchester City. Really won in the end, Fasagawa to test Mackenzie Arnold particularly. That's not a volley. Did you see the debate of what is a volley, what isn't a volley?
No, enlighten me, Rachel.
Mike Richards and Gary Lineker, Colin Shearer, I think it was. A volley has to be in the air. It can't drop down, hit the ground and then hit it.
That's a half volley, yeah?
No, it's not. Half volley's right, it's just lifting up off the ground. Oh, come on. Regardless, it didn't go in the back of the net. Manchester City will want to sharpen those endpoints. So it was beautiful build-up play once again, just patient, looking inside, looking down the flanks. Jan Skinner's team look out of possession is starting to look a little hungrier.
But 2-0 down already against the City side. Very hard to see a way back.
It is at this point, but you just got to start, you've got to reset. You've got to start doing what you haven't done well, the basics.
Alex Greenwood into Park.
And there's no pressure on the ball. Manchester City can make you look very, very ordinary. So they do like to dominate possession of the ball. They shift it one touch, two touch. The movement of the likes of Hasagawa, Jess Park, Lauren Hemp, all the midfield, all the forwards. To get on the ball is exceptional.
Ball into the channel again, this time for Fowler to chase. Good defending from West Ham. Just notice when you see it from this bird's eye view that Hemp and Fowler really stretching the pitch, stretching the width.
Yeah, they switch sides after sort of in the last couple of minutes just to provide a different challenge. Lauren Hemp left-footed on the right-hand side. She wants a goal.
Park. Asagawa spots the run of Hemp. Oh, lovely from Lauren Hemp. Got out of play. Lauren Hemp doesn't think that was out.
I didn't think it was out from my initial view of it, but what a ball from Hasegawa. We'll see how this builds up. It's a very simple ball into Hasegawa, but the drilled pass, the precision of it, knowing that Lauren Hemp's got the beating, the defender down the left-hand side, absolutely phenomenal.
Arnold out to Smith. Good strength from the Scottish international, wins the free kick.
It's the ACL club. Jill Ward, Sandy McKeever. Kasparay thankfully just out for one game. Injured.
Vivian Assayi barely touched the ball for West Ham so far. Their top goal scorer in the league. They need more goals from her still, though. Not been ruthless, not been clinical enough. West Ham this season, that's why they're near the bottom of the table.
And Flo, they're not building up anything of note. They're not holding possession of the ball. And I know we're talking about playing against Manchester City, who've won the title and are looking to get themselves in the driving seat. It's difficult. Leanne Skinner's going to have to think half-time, I think now, what does she need to change to provide a threat?
Lovely move down that right-hand side. Hemp now driving in field. Finds Shaw. Shaw with the lovely return. Ball comes into the box. Fowler can't get there. Jess Park will pick up the pieces. Manchester City throw-in. Alex Greenwood. Manchester City take it quickly. Hasegawa. She really does pull all the strings in the middle there for Manchester City.
She's been unreal, and part of that breakup of what was a very established Manchester City midfield. Kira Walsh playing exactly the role Hasegawa plays.
Jess Park now bursting forward, finds Fowler. Back to Park, such quick feet. Evades the challenge, Park with the effort! On the roof of the net. Manchester City pushing for a third, Rachel.
That would have been special, wouldn't it? Look at this, shielding the ball brilliantly. Lovely little drag back, cuts in on a right foot, just arcs it round. Just can't quite get the trajectory, but look at that for balance, for ingenuity.
City coming forward again. Hemp's ball cut out. Jess Park, she's in some form, 5 goal involvements in her last 3 games. 3 goals, 2 assists there. Kiara Keating will clear that up, no problem. Plays with some swagger as well, Jess Park. She's very light on her feet. Nifty play, but she's got a bit of a, not arrogance, but a bit of swagger to her, do you think?
It's just a whole load of confidence, and rightly so. She missed out on the Euros and with a shoulder injury ahead of that, and the fact that she's playing regularly in the team, you're going to gain confidence. She's such a young player. She's been out on loan. Was really influential when she was on loan at Everton. And that's good grounding to coming back to a parent club and really having established yourself with a whole load of WSL minutes under your belt.
And with Jill Roord being out, she's got a place in the side. Jess Park, here she is now. Not the biggest of players, but managed to body Shimizu there.
She's got great physical, athletic stature. That's why she's so hard. See how she leans in to Shimizu, you know, established Japanese international. Just gets the better of her.
And City have a free kick for it as well.
I think it was handball when Shimizu got on the floor, just sort of stalled the ball.
Jess Park, back to Hasegawa. City with plenty of height in and around the penalty area. The loose pass though. Vivian Asade as well to latch on to that. Got no support from West Ham players around her though. Just to wait for them to catch up. But now all the City players are back as well.
Yeah, Sadie did excellently well to hassle Wahhabi and to gain territory to move her team up the pitch. And they're all back defending. It was a pretty lacklustre free kick from Man City.
It's good from Alexandri, back to her goalkeeper. City just getting out too easily, just moving it through the thirds under no pressure at all.
It's what they do. See Hasegawa receiving it here on almost the touchline on the left. She can move out a centre half or full-back can step inside. Just caused so many problems for West Ham.
And City looking for that run of Lauren Hemp again in the channel. Too much on that ball. Back with Mackenzie Arnold up to a save. Laura Coombs now on the ball. Approaching the midway point in this first half. Gareth Taylor on course for 100 wins as a City manager.
He took over from Nick Cushin, who'd been there since the inception of the Women's Super League, so a big task. Certainly ruffled some feathers along the way, but contract extension he got in the last month, so he's here to stay.
Yeah, contract extended for 3 years. Never won the WSL. Can City do it this year? Coming forward through Mary Fowler. Square to Park. It's out now with Hemp. Hemp with a delivery. And the header from Bunny Shaw. What a finish from a fantastic player. 50 WSL goals for Khadija Bunny Shaw. The second quickest player to reach that total after Viviana Miedemar. And both those goals, Rachel Brown-Phillips, excellent.
It's like trying to mark a mountain in there with regards to the strength. The way she bulldozes her way onto this one, the technical execution as well. Again, it's lovely build-up play, precision pass from Jess Park. And see here, Lauren Hemp drops the shoulder, dinks it in, and there's just no one else winning that ball. She holds onto her player, onto a defender. Lovely little ball, waits perfectly, and just requires the timing. She's so fast in that moment, to cover that 2 or 3 yards. So strong to be able to hold her defender goal side and away from the ball. And the way she flings herself at that is so athletic. And even the goal is on his feet for that one.
No chance for Mackenzie Arnold. Absolutely monstered West Ham centre-half Tiziak there.
It's 3 goals, though, from similar positions. Out wide, down the channel. Great execution of the balls. I mean, you've got Lauren Hemp and Jess Park, who are 2 of the best players, hottest players at the moment from those wide areas.
Well done! And again, react!
Hasegawa trying to play it out. Oh, that's fallen nicely for Ueki. Ueki on the edge of the box, blocked by Kennedy. Still alive though. Headed back across goal, Vivian Asseyi. Great stop by Keating. Point blank range. West Ham's first shot on target.
And she kept switched on. The hardest job for a goalkeeper when you've got nothing to do. You take huge pride in keeping that ball out your net. The lacklustre defending led to a relatively easy Asseyi shot. Point blank stop from Kiara Keating. Very well done.
Chested down really well by Alex Greenwood. Hemp wants to run at her player always. Lauren Hemp with the ball in. This time headed clear by a West Ham player. Back with Lauren Hemp again though. Back to Wahabi. Asagawa now too much time on the edge of the box. Fowler this time with the delivery. Danger cleared by Zadorsky.
Yeah, good interception from Zadorsky, very experienced centre-half. Here is this crucial stop from Kiara Keating. Not bad from Ueki, it hits blocked. It's launched up in to the box, missed by Ueki, and Vivian Asseyi's played every single minute of this season for West Ham. Won't get too many better chances than that. Great positioning, see how she moved across the goal. Kiara Keating moved down the line slightly to make that goal look small.
A good save from the City shot stopper. Coombs. Back to Greenwood. City playing the ball around comfortably under pressure. Work it out to the right. Slid into Jess Park. She's got Bunny Shaw open in the middle. She can find her. Out for a Manchester City corner.
This time the defender, Letizia, gets across and blocks the cross the first time. And the 3 times it's led to a goal. Does well. See how they're doubling up West Ham now, making it a little more difficult. The service has been excellent so far.
Australian Mary Fowler over this corner. Fowler with the delivery, headed up rather than out. West Ham do then boot it clear.
Together, come on! Organise, Ella, Abba! Selena, organise!
Leah Wahabi. Back to Greenwood. Last 5 times these sides have met, Manchester City have come out on top. And they look like they're heading for another win today, Rachel.
It's early doors and I do believe in miracles, but not even in jest, but they've just been completely outplayed. Don't seem to have any answers. They're starting to up their game defensively. Had Asseyi made that one opportunity count, might have just made Manchester City a little edgy. But I expect them thoroughly to put their foot down and kill this game off.
Yeah, and you spoke about using the wide areas, Manchester City. They know where their strengths are. They've got a player in Bunny Shaw who is so good aerially and so good from crosses, and they've got players like Mary Fowler, Lauren Hemp, Chloe Kelly, who are experts at crossing the ball.
Yeah, and Jess Park, who's excellent at crossing a ball, but also grabbing the ball from wide areas and drifting and driving through the central areas. You know Hasagawa's going to be sat behind you and just controlling everything and mopping everything up. You've got centre halves who can ping the ball long or play intricate passes into midfield. It's showcased in this first half for everyone to see. It's been excellent, Manchester City.
Arnold out to Asay. Slid through to Smith. Alexandra gets the better of her though. Milana Kennedy will play it forward. Asagawa. West Ham playing a very high line. It's played up to Bunny Shaw on the turn. Wants the foul, she's going to get it. Free kick City.
At least West Ham are getting tight enough to commit a foul, because they just haven't done that in this opening half an hour. So albeit Kirsty Smith puts her on the deck, at least you know she's there.
Just under 15 minutes to go till half time. Manchester City absolutely cruising. Hemp around the corner for Coombs. Sissoko will clear.
Yeah, much better. Sissoko playing closer to Denton down that right-hand side, just covering, recognising that's where the danger is.
Be prepared to step in, she. Pass her on, Risa, to Howard. Let Howard pick up behind. Okay?
Alex Greenwood back square to Kennedy.
Not so deep, Jess. Not so deep.
Into Fowler under pressure. Controls it well.
Round it in, come on. Good.
Greenwood just carries it out of defence far too easily there. And City will try and break with Park, dispossessed by Tisiak.
Last time we've gone more compact, just a flat back five with a Nuke Denton setting in on the right-hand side, against Smith on the left-hand side. And it's just making it harder for Manchester City. Just been free will play up until then.
Sissoko. Good control there from Riko Ueki. Lovely turn. Looked like she was about to set Smith away, but opted not to. Smith on the ball now. Back to Hayashi.
Come away, Howard. Good, good. Wider now.
All the way back
Pocket
to
Nuke,
Sissoko.
pocket to Nuke. Press, stay in it. Come on.
Good little spell of possession from West Ham there. All these little stringing a few passes together, add a little layer of belief back to West Ham. It's one thing you can't do, is give up. You've got to concentrate on your game plan. Not long till half time now. Reiterate how they're going to get themselves something from this game.
Asagawa switches it out to Hemp. Crowd lifts a bit when Hemp's on the ball. They know the quality she has. It's good from Asagawa to win it back. And West Ham 13 points coming into this from 18 WSL games there, joint lowest total at this stage. And they've been losing by narrow margins. Are you surprised by the start to this game, Rachel?
No, I'm not, and that's simply because Manchester City are absolutely flying at the moment, and what they can do, they do so well. And when any team doesn't come out and match them ferocity-wise, then they can do that to any team. And simple as that. West Ham just weren't 100% right from the off, and within 5 minutes they're 2-0 down. It's criminal, really.
Jess Park can't quite get that under control. West Ham throw-in. Rhiannon Skinner, West Ham manager, she spoke about her side not being ruthless enough, not being clinical enough. It's not really been their problem today.
Had that one opportunity, didn't they, say he should have scored. And so she's talking about that, yes, absolutely. And are you more in the game? Of course, at 3-1. And actually, Mackenzie Arnold has only made one save. It was the enforced pass she played out to Khadija Shaw. Other than that, City have been clinical.
They have Hasegawa controlling the centre of the park for Manchester City. Hemp. Mary Fowler. Back to Park. Lovely little interchange between Park and Hasegawa. Cut out, though, by West Ham. Good defending from Greenwood. Hemp and Fowler switched again. So Fowler from the right, Hemp from the left.
And Coombs has gone more central. Just Park's drifted out to the right. So fluid up top, it's a pleasure to watch.
Coombs, a player that started the last 10 WSL games. She's firmly in Gareth Taylor's midfield at the moment. It's not always been the case.
Oh, and she was the solution to a problem that he had when it was 3 midfielders left from Manchester City: Kira Walsh, Caroline Weir, George Stanway. Got herself back into the England squad.
Great work from Lauren Hemp. Got players around her, finds Fowler. Pass just behind her, Fowler recovers. Mary Fowler with the effort. Well, wide. Goal kick.
Wry smile on her face there. It's a lovely run down that right hand side again. You've got to keep 100% concentration to figure out where everybody's playing. It's Lauren Hemp drives through. You see how she shields off players as she's running. Excellent for any young players watching out there. Should have played the ball in front of Mary Fowler. Maybe got beyond the defender.
Good hold up from Masei. Finds Uweki. Out to Denton with the delivery. Keating alert to it. Watch that one. Good goalkeeping.
Do the basics well. That's exactly what Kiara Keating did. She was always favourite for that ball, but just had to respect it.
As a former goalkeeper, how impressed have you been with Kiara Keating this season?
Well, goalkeeping's about executing technical ability, but it's also about decision making, and usually the latter comes with experience. And I've been most impressed, albeit she's technically excellent, in and out of possession. Her decision making continues to grow and grow. Her ability to deal with mistakes and get over them quickly and move on, again, is something that usually comes with experience. You know, a long spell in first team football, just what she needed.
Hemp tries to flick that behind into the path of Bunny Shaw, doesn't quite come off. Yeah, only 19 years old, Kiara Keating. Still a teenager. Remember what being a teenager was like, Rachel?
I'm closer to having a teenager than my time as a teenager.
Hasegawa, lovely ball into Coombs. Dispossessed though, Asei. Oh, saw Keating a tad off the line and went for the spectacular.
Well, I made my debut for Liverpool at 15, and getting thrown at the deep end, which Kiara Keating similarly was, just did you the world of good, because you had no option other than to get on with it, and for the team to start believing in you, and for you to be an integral part of what they do. You know, fast forward to when Kiara Keating's doing the same thing, it's even more important because she plays a big part starting play out the back.
Fowler. 2 West Ham players near her, beats the first one, cuts it back for Coombs with the effort. Tame in the end.
Just cut them open so easily. Good position from Mackenzie Arnold there. Pretty tame. Lovely from Mary Fowler. And just doesn't really swing through it. Almost kind of just checks at it. No power through that one.
West Ham not alert to those cutbacks. Quite a few times you've seen late runs from City midfielders and they're completely open.
That's how the first goal was scored, wasn't it? Cut back to pretty much the penalty spot and a simple finish.
Denton. Back to Tisiak. Didn't want to go back to a goalkeeper, does in the end. It's good from Ueki. City with a bit of defending to do. Played through, looking for the run. Keating quick off the line, good goalkeeping, good decision making.
Yeah, always alert. See her starting position was excellent, and as the play drifted down this left-hand side, she moved over to the left-hand side to be prepared for that through ball. Good little burst from Jessica Zhu.
Approaching the end of the first half, Manchester City really enjoying themselves. 3 goals to the good, and they'll have an eye on goal difference. They know that might be a crucial factor. West Ham ball delivered in, the header from Zhu. Didn't quite catch that.
So you can concede one like this, and it's just that 2 goals, goal difference-wise, that when you look at the table, albeit 3 points difference should they win, a level on goal difference with Chelsea. Maybe this is what Rhian Skinner's talking about. Just drifts over the head of Alex Greenwood. And she'll be delighted, Alex Greenwood, that Jessica Zhu couldn't make more of that header. Takes her on 1v1. This is the one that's played through. An alert Kiara Keating. Just mops that up.
Yep, this win puts City top of the WSL. Chelsea not in action this weekend, as they played in the Champions League. Yesterday they beat Barcelona by 1-0. So,
brilliant.
Wasn't it? An incredible game. But Manchester City, yep, top as things stand. Jess Park now on the attack. She's got Hempen acres of space if she can find her. Tries to slide it out to her England teammate. Hemp with the ball to Wahabi. Too much on it, but Fowler will keep it alive.
Gareth Taylor's just made his way to the edge of the technical box.
Fowler with the ball in, and Mackenzie Arnold got fingertips on that. No City player at the back stick, though. Ball's going to have a play goal kick.
As lightning fast as this game started, going 2-0 up in just 5 minutes, he'll be a little disappointed with the sort of, not lacklustre, but just not the killer instinct that he wanted. This one, just from Mary Fowler, just the execution of it, not exactly right, but there certainly could have been more goals up. Manchester City.
Yep, you feel there's more goals in this game for Manchester City if they can take them. A minute to go till the break. Coombs back to Wahabi. Nice passing patterns from Manchester City. So accustomed to seeing. Wahabi escapes the attentions of Sissoko. It's a nice ball out to Hemp. Options in the box. Hemp with the dinked cross. Arnold leaping and snatching that ball out the air.
Good build-up play, and it all stems from, I love how Leah Alexandre, if she isn't required out of possession, she goes into midfield, and it just adds an overload in midfield.
That's a nice ball through for a save. Flag was up for offside. Keating dealt with it anyway.
Nice high starting position. Assay's looked the most dangerous for West Ham. She's often on her own up top. But well read by Keating in the City goal. She's been flawless so far. Anytime there's been a lapse in concentration of a defence and an opening has arrived, she's been there.
2 minutes of injury time at the end of this first half then. Wahabi Slides it into the channel for Hemp. Flags up. Free kick, West Ham.
Just fractional, but definitely a fraction too early.
Gareth Taylor will be very happy this first half. Rhiann Skinner less happy.
Rhiann Skinner she'll have had time to get over the fury of the opening few minutes. And actually, I think Gareth Taylor will probably be quite frustrated.
Oh, Ueki through for West Ham here. Rico Ueki, great block from Alex Greenwood. And on the follow-up, effort comes in from Zhu, takes a deflection off the crossbar. West Ham inches away from getting a goal back just before the first half whistle. Zhu again. Hayashi now. Good from West Ham at the end of this half, not the right ball from Hayashi. Excellent there by Lauren Hemp. And it's City now that break forward. A last chance at the end of this first half. Jess Park busting a lung to get there. Jess Park for City! Good save. Pushed round the corner by Mackenzie Arnold.
What drama in this last 2 minutes of injury time. Mayhem in the box, Kiara Keaton. And what a counter-attack it was. Lauren Hemp just slides out to Jess Park, who drills it hard and low across the goalkeeper. Mackenzie Arnold making a textbook save. And this is the mayhem in the box. How on earth this didn't go in? Jessica Zhu gets a deflection off Wahhabi. Just couldn't fall to a West Ham player. Crossbar, post. Wouldn't find the back of the net.
Khadija Bunny Shaw down on the turf. There looks to be in some pain, holding her knee, which is not a sight you ever want to see. I don't think it was from a challenge.
That's even more worrying.
City play on anyway, because we're about to go to the half-time break anyway, but Bunny Shaw down, getting some physio support. Alex Greenwood in possession. So there's Bunny Shaw, hurting herself as City come forward still.
Just see her, she's...
Worrying for Gareth Taylor and Manchester City fans. And there is the first half whistle. A ferocious first half from Manchester City. They took the lead after 25 seconds. Leah Wahhabi with the finish. And then a brace from Khadija Bunny Shaw. Two excellent goals, top bins, both of them, from the Jamaican striker to make it 50 WSL goals for her. She looks not in a good way though, limping off the pitch now. But a fantastic first half Rachel Brown finish. Was City too slick or West Ham poor?
Bit of a combination, wasn't it? Manchester City flew out onto the pitch and it was some sensational football, 1 and 2 touch, but West Ham was so passive in what should have been a joint affair. They just sat off, didn't lay a finger on Manchester City, and it was like a training exercise at times. Manchester City capitalised on their strengths down the wings, cutting in, and decisive finishing from this sorry sight, Khadija Shaw, limping off or being helped off at half-time. Who got 2 of them? But beautiful football from City. West Ham woke up and eventually did cause City some problems, but just too little, too late.
Half-time here at the Joy Stadium then. Manchester City 3, West Ham United 0.
Now look, Farah, I know you're worried about Bunny Shaw there because she was incredible in the first half with those 2 finishes, but a great first half for Manchester City.
Yeah, really good first half. You know, in terms of talking about lightning fast starts, that's exactly what Manchester City did. And you know, I said before the game I was hoping for a competitive game, both teams for different reasons. But West Ham just haven't turned up today. But I don't know if that's because of the quality that Manchester City are delivering.
And we spoke about players like Jess Park before the game, and she showed so quickly into the game her quality on that assist.
Yeah, we spoke about, the way that when she gets on the ball in those sort of areas, how dangerous she can be. And she picks up the ball, and we'll see the goal right from kickoff. It takes, 25 seconds. I'd like to see if it was one of the fastest goals in WSL. But when you get Jess Park in these sort of positions, she's dangerous. She takes the ball and herself and carries it into the box, makes it really difficult for defenders to get close to her. Sorry, you'll just see it here. She'll get it now in between the lines. And once she gets on it in here, you can't tackle her. And then what she does, she's able to lift her head up and just find a teammate. You see it, lift her head up, a little cutback, and Muhabi with a really good finish and pass into the back of the net. But this is the player that's created it all, Jess Park, and she's been at it the whole first half, getting herself into these dangerous positions and setting up her teammate there, Muhabi, with, as I said there, really good finish, passes it comfortably into the back of the net, and that's actually her first goal for Manchester City.
And a nightmare start for West Ham, and then just 2.5 minutes later, when you want to shut up shop, Man City go and score again, and it's that player who we've seen time and time again in the WSL, Bunny Shaw.
And we spoke about her as well before the game, in terms of I'm starting to lose words in what to say for this player, because she's having another exceptional season, and one player, in the box like this, that you don't want to be free or to give a yard to, which West Ham do, and allow her to get on the half turn, is Bunny Shaw, because she can do that. She can really hurt you. You can see here the defender tries to get close to her, but they don't do enough. And the way that she just shrugs her off, get off me, like you'll see it here when we zoom in. Just shrugs her off of her, gets on that half turn and hits it in the back of the net. And she's a powerhouse. She's been phenomenal this season for Manchester City.
And with how tight things are at the minute in the WSL, goal difference could be vital. They go 2 up. How important do you think goal difference will be come the end of the season?
It's massive, because they're now ahead of Chelsea, aren't they, with 1 goal. 1 goal difference, but obviously Chelsea have that game in hand. But it potentially, how the games are looking, the fixtures remaining for both of these teams, it looked like it might go down to the goal difference come the end of the season, and City will know that, and they'll be reminded now at half time, let's push on, because they've got momentum. This West Ham team look a little bit broken from the way Manchester City are playing, so I think that will be a message from Gareth Taylor. Look, let's kick on in the second half and see how many goals we can actually get.
Chelsea obviously got a game in hand, but then Bunny Shaw pops up, puts it in the top bin, another incredible finish.
She's a player that, I was saying, it doesn't matter how the ball comes into her in the box. If she's in the box and you give her half a chance, she'll get something on it. And this header is unbelievable. I mean, a really good delivery from Hemp, but the way she just gets herself across the defender slightly, it's just the strength of her, to get herself in that position and then head it and guide it towards the top corner. A really, really good header. But a lot of credit goes to Bunny Shaw, but also, I don't know if people are aware, but Sean Goater, he's done a lot of work with her, the last couple of seasons, and I think in doing that, in terms of her play inside the box and where her goals have come from, has a lot to do with that one-to-one coaching, but also the efforts and time that she's putting into making herself better in those areas.
Just to put some context on it, a player you've loved, I've loved watching this year, Lauren James, in the race for the Golden Boot, 8 goals behind Bunny Shaw this season.
It's crazy if you think about last season, how, I think it was Rachel Daly and Bunny Shaw finished on the same amount of goals. To think there's no one even close to her this year just shows how far she's come, and the way that she pushes herself to be even better the following year, to go back-to-back seasons as top goal scorer is incredible.
Man City obviously started so well, but we saw towards the end of the half that they've got to stay switched on, because West Ham did create chances, and I think the best one of those came from Asahi. It's a great save by Kiara Keating.
It was. There was a slight reaction when West Ham went 3-0 down. They had a little bit of a half press, a little bit aggressive, but you say Asahi here, she has to score. I mean, it's an incredible save from Kiara Keating, but for me in this position, that's got to go in the back of the net.
And today will go down, hopefully, if Man City can hold on in the second half, as Gareth Taylor's 100th win for the club.
It's incredible. I mean, this season I think we're lost for some words as to the way in which, the consistency in which Manchester City are playing, performing, even clean sheets. Like, they're desperate to keep a clean sheet. As much as they want to go on and score goals, you've seen when West Ham get a half chance or they transition, the bodies, the Manchester City bodies that are breaking the neck to get back behind the ball so that West Ham can't score. They equally take us pride in not conceding as they do scoring.
What a first. I think we need a bit of a breather, so let's take a look at Chelsea's game as they went to go to the top of the table when they hosted Villa in the week.
what an error. Well, I don't think she is going to get away with it, is she? That's going to be a straight red card. Anna Leet, I think, knew what was coming. You are not going to get away with that. Hamano, oh, good ball and good keeping. Well, Sophia Poor, her Aston Villa debut, and she was brave there to go in where the boots were flying. This is good play by Jordan Nobbs. The radar not quite working for Nobbs when she eventually let fly from long range. Charles. Oh, good try, what a goal! Aggie Beaver-Jones with a beauty to put Chelsea in front. That is a stunning finish. Charles, when she collects it here, is so tough to stop. And Beaver-Jones certainly put it into the right place with her first-time finish. Great stuff from the 20-year-old England international. Really good strike there. On for Lawrence. Lawrence asking for a handball, she doesn't get, but she's got the ball back off Rachel Daly, and now fires it in, and there's the second. Hamano on target for Chelsea. Daly losing it in a really bad area. Credit must go to Macario as well for the little flick forwards that allowed Hamano to just prod it beyond the desperate grasp of Sophia Poor. Here's Ingle. Oh, and Kirby, good ball, Macario. And Kirby! The juggling from Macario was delightful, but the finish from Kirby was disappointing. Macario's corner for Chelsea, who are looking to make absolutely sure of the points, and they have done now. Kenisha Buchanan was on the end of it. Or was it a somewhat fortuitous goal? It was. Looks as though Patton maybe heads it into Buchanan, and it rebounds off her and in. Ramirez collects. Good strength from Myra Ramirez. Handy pass as well. Beaver-Jones on for Lawrence. Lawrence's ball in, surely! Well, how on earth has Fran Kirby not scored there? It's a good piece of work from Sophia Poor, but Kirby will know that that is not good enough, really. Hansen's after this. No flag. And Hansen with a chance, which is repelled by Hampton. Villa don't get a late consolation, and Chelsea are set to hold on to their clean sheet.
Chelsea, the other team in the title ref, so impressive there against Aston Villa, and equally as impressive at Barcelona. Barcelona losing at home for the first time in 5 years.
I think that was the most impressive. They knew they had a job to do at home midweek against Aston Villa. They did that, and then they had to travel away. Only a day to prepare for the biggest game, probably in the history of the club in terms of going away to Barcelona in a semi-final. But I thought the job of the players, I thought was exceptional. The turnaround, as I mentioned, was really short, but two standout players. So there was a few standouts, but I really like Erin Cuthbert's performance. I thought Jess Carter at the back was incredible. I mean, obviously a player of the match, and it gives them an advantage coming back to Stamford Bridge. As you mentioned, unbeaten Barcelona in 5 years, and the first time Chelsea have actually beaten Barcelona. So there's a bit of psychology there going back to the bridge in terms of they now know they can beat one of the best teams in the women's game.
And Emma Hayes' farewell party, it started off with talk of winning 4 trophies. They're now left in 2. What do you think they'll make of that, given the standards that they've set?
Yeah, they'll be disappointed. They know in the Conti Cup they weren't good enough against Arsenal. They'll be disappointed with the result against Man United. I actually thought they were the better of the two teams, but conceded 2 sloppy goals too early, so we're chasing their tails a little bit in that game. But when you write this Chelsea team off, they always seem to bounce back, and those 2 defeats, everybody said, is a title over for them? Are they going to be able to beat Barcelona? Now they're still in the race for the Champions League, and as you say, they're still in the race for the WSL. So.
And 4 games to go here in the WSL. What do you make of their run-in? What do you think they can do to be champions of the WSL?
Well, they're a fortress at home, and they only have 1 home game remaining, and then they've got to travel away to Old Trafford on the final game of the season to win the title if they are to do so. So they've got a difficult run-in. In between that, they've got a second leg against Barcelona. So a difficult run-in. I think City have the upper hand in terms of the fixtures. But who knows, you can never write this Chelsea team off.
Well, yeah, you're right. And let's see what we've got coming up on the BBC. You can listen live to Premier League commentary as Fulham host Liverpool. That's today, 5:30 on Sounds. You can see the highlights of the FA Cup semi-final as Manchester United travel to Coventry. That's on BBC One tonight at 11:35. And catch up with all the action from this weekend's WSL on the Women's Football Show tonight on BBC One at 11:55.
I absolutely love Casualty, but Mammy can't. She has to look away, isn't it? You don't like the hospital dramas where I can watch them, and I love the dramas. And
even though it's joking blood, I have to look away.
And Mark's favourite is?
Sporting news.
Sporting news, we're all different.
And the odd murder.
I am getting a little bit concerned how many murders Mark is watching. Oh, goodness me, yeah.
Scored 8, 10, 12, 14.
And it looks like Chloe Kelly's going to be coming on. We saw Bunny Shaw towards the end of the half. Looked like she was struggling. What do you make of that change?
I mean, in terms of Chloe Kelly coming on, I'm excited to see her back on the pitch. But, you know, this could be crucial. This could be big news here for Bunny Shaw if she is to be injured. You can see it's no contact here. You'll see her just pull up just after this strike. And it looks like it could be, I don't know, maybe a muscle injury. I'm trying to work out what it could be. But you know, it isn't something that City players or fans will want to see with 3 games remaining in the title race. You could just see it here, again in the shot. There's no contact and she just pulls up, just here.
Yeah, they're the worst ones to see, aren't they, when a player under no contact pulls up with, you'd think, a muscle injury.
Well, she looks in a little bit of pain and she doesn't look like she can put much pressure or weight through her leg. But as I said, you know, she's had an incredible season and players like her you want to see on the pitch. But not a bad replacement in Chloe Kelly coming on, getting 45 minutes and you know, maybe can prove herself again to Gareth Taylor.
Well, look, Farah, it's time for the second half. So it's time to rejoin our commentary with Flo Pollock and Rachel Brown-Finnis.
Thank you, Liam. Rachel and I had a nice chance to enjoy the pies at the break. So Chloe Kelly looks like she will be coming on, being used as a substitute of late. Mary Fowler preferred ahead of her. But as Liam said, we suspect she'll be coming on for Bunny Shaw, who did not look like she'll be okay to continue in the second half. West Ham players still in the changing room with Rhiannon Skinner. Sure, she had a few words to say to them, Rachel.
Absolutely, they need to come out as they finish the half, which was causing problems for Manchester City. Be interesting with Chloe Kelly, whether, I don't think she'll play in the 9. Who will? Mary Fowler possibly playing that highest role, but much more of the same as in the first half, where you know the front 4, including Jess Park in that 10 role, will just rotate and just be a constant menace to the back line of West Ham. They did deal with them much better, West Ham, after giving them up 2 goals. But it'd be interesting to see what tactics the West Ham have to get themselves back into this.
Confirmation then that Khadija Bunny Shaw is coming off, and replacing her is Chloe Kelly, England's Chloe Kelly, skipping a hop as she comes onto the pitch. 5 goals and 4 assists in the league, but she's been a substitute the past couple of games, lost her place to Fowler.
Do you know, though, for a player like Chloe Kelly, she spent a whole season rehabbing an ACL tear and straight into the Euros, and such credit to her and the team around us for getting her back to match pace and getting her back to the influence that she had to go on and win the Euros with England, and then straight off of the back of that, a World Cup the next summer. So I think it's part of the longer term plan of ensuring Chloe Kelly is fully fit for the foreseeable.
So second half about to get underway in Manchester. And West Ham looking to restore a little bit of pride after a difficult first half. Manchester City bursting into the lead after 25 seconds. Leading by 2 goals to 0 after 5 minutes, and then Bunny Shaw with a third as Lauren Hemp closes down Tisiak.
West Ham will be hoping that they can impress their style of play. Manchester City, rather than just endure wave after wave of pressure,
They did have 2 good opportunities in that first half, West Ham, but not able to take them.
Well, says she should have scored, as Farrah Williams mentioned at half-time. If you want to get yourself back into a game away, you know, at a prestigious team, a team that's flying, Manchester City, have to execute that better. Tissia and, Zhu had a good chance towards the end of that first half.
Well won back by Jess Park. Coming forward, slides it into the path of Kelly. Kelly up against Sissoko. Sissoko did just enough.
Yeah, Sissoko read that situation well. She'll back herself. She's a very athletic player, Sissoko. Match Chloe Kelly for pace. And again, we see the wizardry of Jess Park.
City on the attack again. Kennedy. Alexandri in field to Hasegawa. Oh, lovely ball into Kelly. Flag is up. Offside. Looks like Chloe Kelly might be playing centre forward.
Yeah, she's started in that central role. There's a lovely move just off the right kind of shoulder to come infield to receive it central. And what a ball from Hasegawa.
Cut out by Wahabi. West Ham throw-in. Back with Sissoko. Opts to go all the way back to Mackenzie Arnold, her 70th WSL appearance. Captain of West Ham, had no chance really for the first 3 goals.
It's the life of the goalkeeper. You look at the actual goal, score, and you think, oh, but there was absolutely no chance for any of them.
Lauren Hemp bursting forward, looking for the cutback for Kelly, didn't quite execute the pass.
Open up.
Hasegawa back to Wahabi.
Yes. So, be in between.
Well, Luke Denton was one of the full-backs who, well, at times a full-back who had a torrid time in that first half. Settled into that position and finished off the half much, much better.
Alexandri. Bright orange boots. Not a great ball from Sissoko, picked up easily by Alexandri.
So there in that inverted full-back role, Alexandri. See, Hasegawa just fits in wherever player steps out of the back line. Such good understanding in this back line. Rarely changes today, Kasparai out, but it's been a solid back 5 for Manchester City.
That's a lovely in for a stat I have. Man City have made the fewest changes to their starting 11 compared to any other team in the WSL this season, so they've got a very settled 11.
And beyond that 11, you look on the bench, and albeit a goalkeeper situation, he's a little, he's not as they would have wanted it, but Demi Stokes, Steph Horton, obviously Chloe Kelly coming off the bench, Philippa Angeldal, all Esme Morgan, all senior internationals.
News recently as well that Steph Horton's retiring at the end of the season. I wonder if she'll get any minutes before she retires. You think that Gareth Taylor will give her a run out?
I'm not sure. I'd love to think so. Steph Horton's been such an ambassador for this club since it started in the Women's Super League. She's been an integral part of that as captain, centre half, on and off the pitch. Former England captain, Team GB captain.
Jess Park. One back by Ueki. Asai's making the run to her right, slides it into Asai. Asai with the effort, off the post again from West Ham. A really good chance for the French international.
That's just a reminder for Manchester City. They can't give up easy possession of the ball. Lovely run from Ueki. Not the right pace on the ball to Asai. I would want it drilled into her feet. So she cut in on her left. Made something out of not a lot. Let off for City. And again.
West Ham's Ueki pulls the trigger. And again it hits the woodwork. That's 3 times West Ham have hit the woodwork.
Well, this time it's City who needs to wake up in the opening moments. Say he has looked dangerous. Say that first half glaring miss, but this one here, not a lot of pace, retreating players on, cuts in well, gets on the left foot. I tell you what, Kiara Keaton was scrambling on that one. It's a lovely execution. This one from distance, Ueki. It's going to be something extremely special to have beaten Kiara Keaton. But just City giving them so much space on that transition. Either a defender's got to step out or midfield's got to get across.
6 minutes into the second half, yeah, you feel Gareth Taylor will be a bit disappointed with a lacklustre start. His side, he'll want them to build up goals, not let this West Ham side get back into the game. Fowler. Into Alexandre.
You see the game plan West Ham, see where Mary Fowler is, how deep she is. You know, we didn't see that at all in the first half. So West Ham are doing a great job. And their midfielders and their attacking fullbacks pressing them back.
Out for a Manchester City goal kick, a chance to reset themselves.
Yeah, Ryan Skinner will be happy. The resultant performance from a half-time team talk. Gareth Taylor will be expecting a lot more.
Keating goes long. Kelly picks it up. Square ball to Wahhabi. Out to Hemp, who's got 2 players around her. Can't hold on to the ball. Better from West Ham. Lovely dinked ball forward by Asai there. Alex Greenwood will coolly play it forward to Coombs. Chloe Kelly just dropping deep there when perhaps she should have run in and beyond. Not so familiar with the centre forward position.
It will change the dynamic not having that out-and-out 9 target player that you have for Bunny Shaw. We saw how it was such a drilled kind of setup for the goals. Play the ball down the flanks, look for the central player. Whether it was a cutback or ball into the air, it's Khadija Shaw who's the target.
And she really did not look good coming off, Khadija Bunny Shaw. Couldn't put weight on her legs. Such a key player for City. Those 2 goals in the first half as well. The second one, the header, was excellent.
It was absolutely wonderful, and it's not too many centre forwards who could have executed that, because the strength that it took, first of all, to shoulder off a defender and hold her off, as well as trying to leap herself in the air. It was absolutely brilliant. And when you see something so innocuous cause so much anguish and pain, then it is worrying.
A concern for City as it slid through for Kelly. Back to Hemp. Hemp on the dribble. Asagawa. Out to Fowler, won't be able to keep that in.
The way that West Ham have set up has impacted on how City have been able to penetrate down the wings, down the flanks. They've kind of box that off, tighten that up. West Ham have been able to actually have some of the ball.
City not allowing them out easily, though, applying the press in that third. And Mary Fowler does well to nick it back. Good strength from Asai. And she'll get the free kick. Not a great challenge from Laura Coombs.
Took one for the team there, so did really well actually to come back. Shimizu had gone infield to be the anchor and to be the out. We were in danger of losing possession. West Ham in a very precarious area. Laura Coombs just lent into her. See?
Zadorsky out to Shimizu. Zadorsky worked under Skinner, of course, at Tottenham when they both were there. Now on loan here at West Ham. Ueki under pressure from Kennedy does well. Zhu making the run in behind. Denton will play back to Tisiak. Back with Zadorsky. Didn't quite get that right.
Control it. Wider earlier. Well done.
Wind swirling around the Joy Stadium here in Manchester. Got the big Arsene Wenger coat on. Thought I'd retired that for summer.
Woolly hat's gone on, hoodie's gone up.
Alex Greenwood, back to a goalkeeper. City passing it round the back coolly.
It's not had that tenacity and zip about it, Manchester City, yet.
Hemp. That's surely a foul. Free kick for Manchester City.
It's a poorly timed tackle that as Lauren Hemp came infield. It was a booking for Shimizu. But many a time Lauren Hemp skipped past Shimizu in the first half. She wasn't going to let that happen on this occasion.
First yellow card of the game then, Risa Shimizu. Alexandre finds Fowler on the touchline. Runs in field. Into Hemp. She's got Wahabi out on the left-hand side, finds her. City lacking that focal centre forward with Shaw off the pitch. Fowler through to Coombs. Laura Coombs checks back, goes back to Wahabi. Patient build-up from Manchester City. That's nice, and it's into Hemp. Cutbacks on if she can find it. Good defending from Sissoko, just stepped out of the hole, cleared the danger.
There's a lovely bit of play. Alex Greenwood sliding the ball down the left for Lauren Hemp. But it just shows you out left, you've not got the out, you've not got the ball into the box option because Annie Shaw is off the pitch. If it's too tight and the pressing's on, so if West Ham are pressing excellently, you've got the option to just launch it into the box, but it's not what Chloe Kelly's best at, this heading.
Mackenzie Arnold under pressure from Kelly. Out for a City throw. So there is Bunny Shaw. She's out on crutches, which is not what City fans will want to see. And in one of those moon boots as well.
Yeah, compression boot. So if it's a boot, then that indicates like lower limb, as in ankle, calf.
Chloe Kelly wins her side the corner.
That's what Chloe Kelly's really good at. Motoring down the right-hand side, putting pressure on players. City have played short from most corners. 2 players out there again, looking to try and change the angle and get the ball to Hasegawa. Looks like they might change it.
Fowler over this corner. In the sunshine. Finds Park.
Yes, Jess. Good. Delay. Good.
Fowler with the delivery too close to Arnold. No City players saw that run.
Yeah, high back line from West Ham meant that there was space for Mackenzie Arnold to come and collect that. Not too much between her 6 and her 18 was her territory. Commanded well.
Jess Park closing down Arnold as it's lobbed long. Hemp with the one-touch pass back to Wahhabi. Looks like Blind Killer Brown is about to come on for Manchester City as they break down this right-hand side. Chloe Kelly stabs it forward for Fowler. Mary Fowler back and out for a goal kick.
Rather than absolutely smash them out the park as they did in the first half, they're more grinding down West Ham, who are being more resilient, more organised, closing those gaps, making it more difficult, harassing Manchester City. Good intervention there from Tisiak.
Hayashi. Oh, that's a good ball. Can Ueki get onto this? Keating thought about coming, she didn't. Rico Ueki! Straight at Keating. Gilt-edged chance, not taken.
All too easy for Kiara Keating. Excellent positioning. Not take anything away from Keating, but she got her positioning right. She got a line between the centre of the goal and the ball right. Made the goal look relatively small. Again, decision-making to stay and let defenders defend. Proved the right one for Keating. Another missed chance for Rianne Skinner's side.
We mentioned in the first half the lack of ruthlessness from West Ham, and we've seen it this game. They've hit the bar, or the woodwork, 3 times, and they have had chances. Just not clinical enough.
Well, Say should have scored first half. Ueki should have scored there, 1v1 the keeper. And they didn't, and that's why they're still 3-0 down.
I always think so, when it hits the post or the bar, is that not clinical or is that unlucky?
No, it's off target. No, it's
you think?
not.
Yeah. It's harsh, Rachel.
The frame of the goal is part of the goalkeeper's armoury. So this is the chance for Ueki, and it's as simple as that. A good recovery from Alana Kennedy, but she just takes it a little bit wide. Ueki is behind her slightly, so she's not striking completely through it.
Substitution then, Laura Coombs has come off and has been replaced by Laura Blind-Killer-Brown. Bought from Aston Villa in January. Carla Ward, Aston Villa's manager, was speaking about that, said that Gareth Taylor called her asking, or to give her a heads up that Man City were going in for her, and Carla Ward begged him, please don't take her, she's such a good player.
Yeah, youth international, you know, she's been an excellent prospect and was getting a lot of game time at Aston Villa, and that was the thing that maybe short-term was the benefit of staying at Aston Villa. She might get more start time, but not many players who are going to turn down Manchester City with everything that they have.
"40 minutes so far she's played in the WSL for City. Getting a good chunk of time this afternoon, though.
Yeah, she came on for Coombs in the last game when they beat Liverpool 4-1. So that seems to be the position Gareth Taylor wants her to adopt.
Alex Greenwood for City. It's back with Greenwood, City's cool captain.
Alex Greenwood has just been unreal this season for Manchester City.
Key player for England as well.
She's unbelievable in the World Cup. Had to bide her time, you know, waiting it out. Seen the success of the European Championships. Of course, she was a part of it, but play as much as she would have wanted. She's been absolutely integral to both since.
Foul on Smith. West Ham will have the free kick.
He's grateful for a little break. A couple of players coming over to get refueled. Just checking on Kiara Keaton as well, who's, well, she's just having a little sit down. Is she stretching out that knee that's pretty heavily strapped? Yep, she is. The physios are going on.
Looks like Emma Harries will be coming on for West Ham as well shortly. Yeah, Kiara Keating getting a bit of physio support. And as we said, that is a worry for Manchester City, with Sandy McKeever and Ellie Roebuck not available. I could sub you on, Rachel Brown-Finnis.
Well, I mean, I'll sit on the bench behind Kate Startup if they give me the call. Really good at sitting on the bench towards the end of my career. This is a worry for both Manchester City in the immediate nature of things.
Is this West Ham change then? So Emma Harries coming on. Jessica Zhu making way.
Yeah, she's done quite an impressive game, Zhu. She's been sort of that spark in the attacking sense, and often it's been to chase down the defenders, ensure that they have simple possession of the ball. Manchester City, she's been effective in what she's done. It's hard graft running around when you're not getting the ball. West Ham have righted some of the wrongs in that case this half, had much more possession this second half. Sandy McKeever wishing that she was in a position to be able to come on.
That's such a shame for her to do that serious knee injury. Keating as well, look at all that strapping on her knee.
Done my ACL a couple of times, and it's a long journey. Obviously the support nowadays is fantastic. It's a lonely place. Tell your teammates to get around you, check in on you, be a good teammate in that situation.
Alex Greenwood up against Denton does just enough. Trusts the goalkeeper. Keating with the clearance. Just over 20 minutes to play. Will City get more goals and run away with this, or will West Ham clutch their way back into the game? Fowler, lovely ball for Chloe Kelly. Kelly across the goal. Great defending by Tisiak. Had to get there, and she did. Saves West Ham.
Excellent intervention. Saw Chloe Kelly shouting to the assistant that it hit her arm. I think it did, but it bounced up off of her leg. It wouldn't have been given as a handball. Great break from Kelly, though.
No VAR as well, so we won't go back to it.
I don't want that.
Not a fan, Rachel.
Quite happy with having spent time dissecting VAR decisions for minutes and seemingly hours on end. It's pretty tedious in our job. Quite like it without.
That would have been a certain goal for Blynn Killer-Brown. Would be her first City goal as well. Robbed of it by some great defending. Hasegawa.
Good strength from Chloe Kelly there, comes in deep. Lauren Hemp recognising that and going in long. Just to stretch that back line still.
That's a nice through ball for Blynn Killer-Brown, but Sissoko has the beating of her with pace. Sees it out for a goal kick. Good defending.
Yes, there's this ball through. Chloe Kelly looks for the square ball for Blinkilla Brown. It's Tisiak. He dives in. It's a lovely ball from Mary Fowler around the corner to Chloe Kelly, who looks up and squares it. And it does hit her arm, but it hits her foot first, so it's no handball. Correct decision from the referees. An excellent defending from West Ham.
Been a relatively easy game for Abigail Byrne to referee. No contentious decisions to make, but she's done her job well. Ueki. Back to Sissoko. That's poor from Sissoko. But City gift it back to West Ham. Manchester City with the best defence in the league, only 12 goals conceded. Heading for another clean sheet this afternoon.
Had a few scares though, haven't they, Flo? At least 2 or 3 should. Testa Kiara Keaton.
As the ball comes in, Kelly looking to latch onto it, still alive. There are a couple of unlucky chances where it hit the woodwork, Rachel.
Not unlucky at all, it's off target. End of. Must do better.
Crossbar challenge, yeah? Chloe Kelly. Ball around the corner for Fowler. Good defending again. Corner for Manchester City. Fowler and Chloe Kelly linking up very well.
Yeah, they are working a lot closer together. Fowler on occasions just takes one extra touch, and the ball is gone.
Jess Park. Across the goal. Oh, good defending again by Tisiak at the back post. She's done well this second half, Amber Tisiak. Well won by Asayi.
Cross, Jess. Stay there, Yuri.
West Ham can't get out though, but they get a foul, free kick. That'll help them get out.
Asayi's been really clever on a couple of occasions. I didn't think there was much in that from Alex Greenwood. It looked like Asayi just leant in, felt the contact and went down, and as we saw sort of 10 minutes ago, just gained a free kick in a position. There's nothing there. Alex Greenwood just kind of steps over the ball. Let's see if she catches it on her foot. I think Asayi makes the most of it.
Yellow card for Alex Greenwood. From the referee's perspective, I guess studs were up as she went in.
It's more maybe endangering the player, as in stepping over the ball, so you didn't go to play the ball. She's gone and stepped over the ball. That's caught her on the foot. But I think Alex Greenwood on occasion has been hard done to. Certainly here, it's an infamous situation where she was booked and then got booked for time wasting and got sent off. And I've seen more ridiculous decisions than this one.
Yes, and I wonder how much impact that game and the result of that game will have on the title race.
Oh, it's that long ago. I've forgotten. Tell me about it. Who was it against?
Manchester City, Chelsea.
That's right. And there's so many things and situations where City felt it was unjust. It was one of the only 2 games they've lost this season.
And as has been said before, no side has won the WSL after losing more than 2 games. So City, you feel, will have to win all the rest of their games. And they don't have the easiest of running. They've still got to play Arsenal.
And especially if Khadija Shaw doesn't make a hasty recovery, that could be a real blow.
Arsenal out the title race for you, Rachel?
Yeah, they've nailed on, obviously, Champions League spot, and that's what they'll have to console themselves with. Yeah, it's down to these 2 in blue, Chelsea and City.
But you feel Arsenal as well will want to beat City. They won't let them walk over.
Oh yeah, they'll be absolutely fired up for that one. So they've had a bit of a rollercoaster season, Arsenal.
And Chelsea have Manchester United on the last day as well.
Man United got a FA Cup final before that.
West Ham substitution then. Off comes Anouk Denton. And she's been replaced by Shannon Cook. Former Arsenal youth player, Shannon Cook. Straight over to take the throw-in.
Yeah, like for like defender, Shannon Cook.
Some chance of way as Sissoko knocks it out the park. She sees the funny side though.
She's been a brilliant player for West Ham as well, around a number of years, and just got better and better, reading the speed of the WSL. And
Jess Park. Lost her boot, passes it anyway. But the ref pulls it back for a free kick.
clear evidence that someone's trod on the back of her shoe, I believe. Those slip-on boots. Wouldn't have happened with laces.
Like socks, aren't they? So thin sometimes, some of these boots.
Yeah. Great little playing. Good endeavour by Said to, she's worked tirelessly today. She has been impressive. Out of possession to make things difficult. This looks like Alex Greenwood territory to me. This free kick.
It does. Quite central though.
Ready to follow up. Good.
Alana Kennedy and Greenwood over it. Arnold's got our wall lined up.
Stay big! Stay big! Stay big!
So City looking for a fourth. Alana Kennedy with the effort, punched out by Mackenzie Arnold.
It's not often you find yourself your two centre-halves and your set-piece specialists. That's seemingly the case here.
Yeah, that is a bit unusual.
Fine effort from Alana Kennedy. Makes it difficult for the goalkeeper. You don't know which way to line your wall up. Set it up for a right footer or a left footer.
City coming forward. Lauren Hem. Ball was behind her. Couldn't get the power or accuracy she'd have wanted.
Solid save from Mackenzie Arnold. Alana Kennedy. Yeah, from the angles of both players, Alex Greenwood and Alana Kennedy, could have been either of them. Better angle where the wall was set up for Alana Kennedy. Great execution over the wall. Mackenzie Arnold matched it all the way, just low enough that it was a pretty spectacular but assured save.
Yeah, satisfying punch that.
Just wanted it to look good.
Alexandri out to Fowler. Nice interchange with Park. Got green turf to run into now, Fowler. Options in the box. Mary Fowler with the effort. Tried to catch Mackenzie Arnold out at the near post. Not enough power on that.
Yeah, Arnold had a good little window where she could see whether it was going to be curled. Cross to a far post. Or that little window at the near post. Easy save in the end.
Harry's back to Zadorsky. Emma Harry's not been able to get into the game yet since coming on. Joined from Reading. Yet to score in the league for West Ham. That's nice play from West Ham though. Good defending from Wahhabi. Leah Wahhabi, the scorer of the first City goal after 25 seconds. I think she was as shocked as we were when it went in.
Well, she took up the perfect position. You drive to the dead ball line, and the best option is the cutback towards the penalty spot, and that's exactly the position she put herself in. A simple finish.
Lauren Hemp, 10 minutes remaining. City heading for 3 points. But you'll feel Gareth Taylor will want a couple more goals, boost that goal difference. Out to Fowler. Chloe Kelly. Neat interchanging with Park.
This is where very little possession for West Ham starts to tell on your legs, chasing and shadowing and marking players. A lot of running without the ball. Start to tire.
Nice ball, Mary Fowler, cross goal, Blinkiller-Brown with the finish. Her first goal in a Manchester City shirt. Man City's fourth. Manchester City 4, West Ham United 0.
And look how delighted her teammates are for her. Young player who joined from Aston Villa. And it's a good little bit of skill. Mary Fowler, give and go. Jess Park inside. Mary Fowler continues to run. Pass from Chloe Kelly. Squared by Mary Fowler. And the happy recipient of that simple tap-in from 7 yards is Blinkiller-Brown. Very well done. First goal in City colours. Almost positive it will not be her last. More and more minutes on the pitch for her under Gareth Southgate since her move. And it's just West Ham are tired. They've been ground down by City. This felt an inevitability.
Yeah. First goal then for Laura Blinkiller-Brown. And as we keep saying, goal difference might be important. So City will be very pleased with that fourth. Can they nick a couple more? Park. Chloe Kelly. Lovely ball from Alex Greenwood, just a bit too much on it.
You've seen those from the first minute to right now from Alex Greenwood. This one, first one I can recall, wasn't on the money.
Off comes Honoka Hayashi, on comes Bergman London for West Ham.
Stay over, Lauren. No switch, Lauren. Come on, Mary.
Joined in January from BK Häcken, Swedish side. Formerly managed by Robert Villaham, now Tottenham manager, of course.
Yeah, like for like positionally, attacking midfielder. Hayashi, I think, didn't have a lot left in the tank.
Blinkiller-Brown pulled back by Sissoko, yellow card.
Yeah, she knew that. Took a little mazy, Sissoko, which, you know, you couldn't want to take chances at this stage of the game. It's not going to affect the outcome of the game. Went on a little run. She's got the pace and the agility to do so. And then picked her pocket. She didn't want a long chase back.
Fowler dispossessed on the halfway line. Alana Kennedy comes away with it. Mary Fowler now. Manchester City just toying with West Ham now.
Yeah, the technical capabilities of City, only 1 and 2 touch football with some tired legs out there. You should be able to just pass it around and see the game out.
Emma Harry's just a little hurried there, trying to nick the ball off Greenwood. Gives away the foul.
That's what Rhian Skinner's team have showed more of in this second half, was a desire to want to get up and amongst the Man City players. It's far too passive in the first half. They had it all their own way, City.
Fowler chasing this ball down, does well to keep it in, but can't keep the ball. Asai. Can't keep it away from Alexandri, then nutmegs Emma Harries. Jess Park's done well there. Driving forward. Jess Park with the effort! Wonderful finish! Low hard into the bottom corner. City's fifth. Gareth Taylor with a big grin on his face.
Wow, this is everything that Jess Park deserves. What a rounded performance. Playing in behind the striker, playing out wide, wherever she's been, she has been awesome today. Here, Sissoko just steps in, she jinks around her, and then it's full speed ahead. Look at that for a perfect strike. Mackenzie Arnold gets a fraction of a hand on it. It was never going to be enough to turn that around the post. She knows that there's no one catching her. Lovely technical strike, low and hard. Well, that just signs off. Excellent day for her and for Manchester City and for Gareth Taylor.
Fourth WSL goal for Jess Park. Her breakout season for Manchester City. As West Ham try and get in behind, Kennedy will clear. Harries finds Asai. So a chance for West Ham to pull a goal back. Offsides up.
Well, a clean sheet for City. Plenty of goals so far, 5-0. The only blot so far is that Khadija Shaw injury.
Manchester City throw in.
And there she is, Khadija Bunny Shaw, Jamaican centre forward, City's all-time leading goal scorer, on the bench after an innocuous injury towards the end of the first half.
Such a great player to have in the WSL. Bunny Shaw, we're very privileged.
When she first came in, she was a bit raw, as in the speed, the technicality, I think the physicality of the Women's Super League. She'd been so prolific at international level. I think she expected, maybe we certainly expected, she'd come and score a hatful of goals straight away, and it just wasn't the case. It was a time for her to learn, but having interviewed her and spoken to her, she is an awesome professional. Wants to learn.
West Ham with the ball in, it fell at Uaki's side, couldn't get the effort off. As we approach the final minute, I'm going to ask you for your Barclays Player of the Game, Rachel Brown-Finnis.
Well, we were deciding this just as she scored a goal. My Barclays Player of the Match is number 16 for Manchester City, Jess Park. She scored, she's assisted. She's been a constant thorn in the side.
And here she is now. Jess Park running through, shrugs off the defender. Oh, tried to coolly slot it through. Mackenzie Arnold's legs, wins the corner. Too late to change your mind, Rachel Brown-Finnis.
No need to do so. She's been electric. And with European qualifiers in full flow for England, she is making herself known. Great save from Mackenzie Arnold, just rushes down, makes it difficult. Fully deserved, Jess Park.
Corner for City. Swung in and saved by Mackenzie Arnold. Is the ball over the line? No. Bit of a hairy moment.
That's the first one that they've actually put into the box. Manchester City. It's just a little nudge from Alex Greenwood.
Eight minutes of injury time then. A lot of time at the end of this half. slid through to Ueki. Good defending from Greenwood. Steps in front, intercepts. Chloe Kelly's surely offside there. We play on. All across the goal. You raised your arm there as if you had an imaginary flag, Rachel. But City come forward. Lauren Hemp will just overrun it. Mackenzie Arnold gets there first.
Yeah, I thought the flag was going to go up, but didn't, and just now making sure Lauren Hemp. It was a great take from Mackenzie Arnold, came flying down at the feet of Lauren Hemp. That's where the touch there. Mackenzie Arnold sees that that's her cue to smother the ball. And as a keeper, you don't care who you take out with goalkeeping.
Jess Park, great through ball, just takes a nick off the West Ham player.
Assistant didn't think so.
Oh, referee's given it.
Came to the right decision. That's all that matters. It's been a comprehensive display from Manchester City. They've showed skill. They showed the ability to last-ditch defend when needed. Kiara Keaton in goal to make some key saves at moments when certainly West Ham could have got a foothold in. They were absolutely silky class in that opening 10 minutes. I know the spells in the first half.
Ball through to Chloe Kelly. Mackenzie Arnold came off her line and actually was the right decision in the end. Could block the shot easily. City pressing for another one.
Yeah, this is always going to happen. We said that West Ham were going to tire. They spent a lot of time chasing people, defending, using mental energy, physical energy. I thought Mackenzie Arnold would be big for them.
Ready to go.
It's proving so, certainly end of this second half.
Fowler. Still alive in the box. Arnold can't quite punch clear. Whew. Roof of the net.
Everybody has a little giggle when they miss when they're 5-0 up, don't they? Nothing clear cut. Mackenzie Arnold does pretty well to wipe out a couple of players, sort of get rid of the ball. And it's Leia Alexandri who blazes over. Would have been one of her easiest goals for City.
Manchester City heading top of the Women's Super League then. Chelsea, of course, with a game in hand. As West Ham come forward late on in the game. Wahhabi expertly manoeuvres around two players.
It's great, actually. I'm loving seeing a number of Spanish players in the Women's Super League, and Aitana Bonmati made reference to how strong the Women's Super League was and how exciting it was that any team can beat any team. It's not the same across other European women's leagues.
Yeah, she didn't speak positively about the Spanish top flight. Barcelona, of course, dominate that. So when they faced Chelsea yesterday, a bit of a shock for them to lose.
Well, they've not lost at home for a long time. And certainly going into it, they would have been favourites. It's all teed up beautifully, isn't it, for the home leg?
And as Man City close out this game, 5 goals to the good. And Chelsea focused on the Champions League. Is that an advantage for City?
It's an advantage for City that they get adequate rest between games. That's the only thing that they will concentrate on, Manchester City. That will be an advantage, I'm sure.
But also they want to be playing in the Champions League.
Well, of course. I mean, Emma Hayes would not want it any other way. She'd want to have beaten Barcelona 1-0 at the Nou Camp. That is unbelievable.
Mary Fowler. City looking for a 6th. Good defending from Shimizu. Another corner.
Final thing on Emma Hayes. It's her last season here. It's not been a perfect party for her, but to sign off with the Champions League win. It's the one thing she has never done. I wish them all the best.
Emma! Good!
Mary Fowler again over this corner. An in-swinger. And Mackenzie Arnold catching practice. Tries to set her side off on the counter. City snuffed that out easily. Disappointing afternoon for Rhiann Skinner.
It is. Improvements in the second half. 3-0 down, 2-0 down in the blink of an eye, 3-0 down at half-time. To come out and really hold City for the majority of this second half was an improvement. It'll be a long journey back down to Southwest London.
Zadorsky deals with that.
Next one, Jess. Next one, Jess.
Smith back to Shimazu.
Well done.
Lauren, Lauren. Go and get Blinky, Jess. Over.
A minute left on the clock.
Yeah, it'd be interesting as well. Just safe, is that good enough for West Ham and Rhiann Skinner? Bristol are relegated, not just yet, but it looks as if that's going to be the way. Rhiann Skinner moved across, and we'll find out. She'll have certainly had loftier ambitions, but the style of play on occasions has been good, the way that they've built up. They've just not had anything sharp up top.
Asagawa chips it forward. Out for a City throw. Yeah, Bristol City still alive in the Women's Super League, but only just. Applause rings around the Joy Stadium as Jess Park is awarded Player of the Match. And that is it, there is the full-time whistle. Magnificent Manchester City go top of the Women's Super League. They've beaten West Ham by 5-0. Went ahead after 25 seconds, Leah Wahabi. On the 3rd minute, Khadija Bunny Shaw with an excellent finish. She got her second and Manchester City third with a wonderful header. She limped off at half-time, which was worrying for City. But City stepped up in the second half. Blinkilla Brown and Jess Park with finishes. Final word from you, Rachel Brown-Finnis.
Well, City look like they mean business when it comes to winning the Women's Super League title. They've been exceptional today, the majority of it. Blinkilla Brown getting her first goal for Manchester City. A highlight, Jess Park, an absolute star today, just keeps getting better.
One bit of ominous news, though, of course, is Khadija Bunny Shaw on your screen now in crutches and has a boot on. Will she play again for the rest of this season? They'll hope so. They need her in this title race. Full time here then. Manchester City 5, West Ham United 0.
So that result leaves the WSL table looking like this. Farah, look.
Yeah, it's Man City, top of the league. Obviously, they knew if they came here today and got a result with a few goals behind them, they'll take themselves above Chelsea, and with goal difference as well. So they've done that today. I think they're 3 goals ahead now in terms of goal difference, but Chelsea obviously have that game in hand and they're 3 points ahead. You'll see here, there's the table there, Liam, and look, 3 points ahead and the goal difference is 3 as well. So Chelsea have a job to do with that game in hand.
Yeah, it's over to Chelsea now. Manchester City have done their job. If you look at their run-in, Man City have got Bristol City away, then Arsenal at home. That looks like the big one, and then Villa away to finish the season.
Yeah, I think Arsenal will obviously be the sticky one, but coming here is not easy for any team. We've seen how dominant they've been at home, but they'll know that's a challenge. And obviously we've just seen Bunny Shaw there, walking on with a boot, and that's worrying news for Manchester City. We can see her there on the crutches, but for me, that's worrying because she's such a key part of this team, and certainly in the way that they play. We saw in the second half there was a huge difference in their style of play. When the ball was in wide areas, they were reluctant to get crosses into the box because they didn't have a player like her there. So hopefully this is just precaution and she's not, it's not as bad as what it may look.
But looking at that game, City have done their job. What do you make of it? Do you think they've got to take confidence from what they've just done out there?
Yeah, they do. I thought that, look, they were professional today. They controlled the game. They went through the tempos when they needed to. West Ham had a few chances that they hit the woodwork a few times, but that was because City took their foot off the pedal a little bit, and it was their own mistakes that cost those opportunities. But look, they were professional, and again, another clean sheet for this Manchester City team, and I'm sure they'd be just as proud in doing that as the 5 goals that they'd scored.
And we touched on it there. What do you think Gareth Taylor will be saying to his players just now, looking at those games? We mentioned it, Arsenal. That could be the one to decide it for them.
Yeah, I think he'll just be reminding them what they said. Look, what they set out to do at the beginning of the season was to win the league. They're 3 games off doing that. They know if they win the next 3 games, they're ahead with that goal difference. They know how important. They've got Bristol, where they'll look at that game and think that they'll get some more goals within that. They're more than capable of beating this Arsenal team, and then obviously Villa away. So they know those remaining fixtures, they're more than capable of winning them, and they put themselves in a really good position with the goal difference.
And you'll know, Farah, there's nothing better than starting a game with a goal. And Man City did that. They came out of the block so fast, and a goal after 25 seconds.
25 seconds in, and it was a really well taken goal. And obviously the player of the match, Jess Park, we can see here, she's done this consistently throughout the game, gets herself into a really good position, beating the fullback, and then it's her awareness to be able to cut the ball back to her teammate Wahabi, and who just, as I said, passes it into the back of the net. So a really comfortable finish here. But that was all the work from Jess Park down the outside. And then, is this it? We've seen it again. Jess Park, look, again, beating the fullback. I thought we'd seen her goal. Yeah. She's done so much within the game. I thought he was going to have a look at her, get her. But that was a debut goal a first goal for Wahabi there as well. So you saw the excitement on her face, and then the celebration. They went to the side, and obviously we've seen that Sandy McCaver done her ACL, and this was a nice tribute to her to show that they are a collective team and everybody's in it together. They've all played their part this season in putting in the position they're in.
Yeah, lovely touch, and then 2.5 minutes later, they go and double their lead.
They do, and it's Bunny Shaw, unbelievable player, and we spoke about it. And as I say, we struggled to find some words for her because she's had another phenomenal season. And she's just a monster in the box. Really difficult to defend. I think Lauren Hemp here does really well, 1v1 down the side, and knows if she puts the ball in the box, with a player like Bunny Shaw, she can do something like this. Doesn't matter if she has a defender attached to her, she just shrugs her off. She's, get off of me, I'm going to compose myself, I'm going to chest it down, and on a half turn, puts it in, to the top corner. A really, really good finish, but a striker that's informed that.
Man City's leading goal scorer of all time, now a record breaker, 50 goals, second fastest to get there. What else can she not do? She's incredible. You saw their strength, power, composure, and a great finish.
Yeah, incredible. And you can see Sean Goyer, the guy that's obviously worked really closely with her over the last couple of years in terms of improving her as a striker inside the box. She's been phenomenal, and look, they look like they have a good relationship. But as I said before, let's hope that the injury isn't as bad as maybe we think.
And from one goal scorer there, we're joined by another and the player of the match, Jess Park. You must be happy with your performance today.
Yeah, I'm buzzing, but again, the girls have done everything for me, making it easy for me to score goals and assist.
But 10 starts now, 4 goals, 3 games. Where do you think this form's come from?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I've been working hard, at training every single day, and I think it's just kind of come on a bit of a good luck spell, so yeah.
Well, you've had Farah impressed for sure.
No, I remember working with Jess with the under-23s England, and I remember thinking, look, she has to go on, she has to start playing football. There's too much talent there to not be playing regularly, and she went on loan to Everton. But she'd always said to me, I'm going to play in this Manchester City team. It was something that she was keen to do. But now you've got that regular run, you just seem to be full of confidence. What spurred that? Is it because you've got that consistency of games?
Yeah, I think so. I was waiting on the sidelines. I think I've been ready all season, and I was just waiting for that opportunity, to come on and give everything, and I got the opportunity, and it just doesn't seem to be running out, so I'm just working hard.
Talk to me about the off the ball, because we all know how brilliant you are on the ball. When the ball's at your feet, little twinkle toes can take players on, but I think something that I've noticed this season is the aggression off the ball, to win the ball back and be aggressive.
Yeah, I think I feel really comfortable in the position that I'm in. Yui helps, she talks to me all the time on the pitch. Coombsy works so hard in midfield, and we got our wingers working hard, and I think that energy just spurs you on to, press and be aggressive and win the ball back.
Well, Jess, great stuff with the assist. You then got yourself on the score sheet. Talk me through this one.
Is it coming on?
It's going to come on for you.
No, we got it for you.
I meant to do that, obviously. And then, yeah, I thought drive as fast as I can. And Lauren actually really helped me out by, you know, dragging that player. And it kind of just opened up in the middle. And then, yeah, I just thought slot it in.
It's a tough skill picking it up in the pocket there. How much have you worked on being comfortable when you've got players around you in those spaces?
Yeah, I think, you know, it's one of my favourite things to do, you know, play under pressure and, you know, use my feet to get me out of trouble. And I think that's what's helped, you know, playing in the middle. You know, you're always under pressure, and I think I've just kind of rose to that, and I enjoy being under pressure. So, yeah, if it goes wrong, I just keep going and keep trying and make sure I'm aggressive and get it back.
Is goal something that you knew you needed to add to your game to take you to that next level?
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, I've always like assisted goals and stuff, but I've never really been on the score sheet myself that often. And I think I've been working hard in training, you know, after training, staying out, practicing, like getting the ball and shooting either foot. And I think that's really helped me.
And just 3 games left. You're in a title race. What's the manager, Gareth Taylor, been saying to you?
Just focus game by game, you know, work really hard at the training pitch and work together, and then when we come to it, make sure we make it count.
Well, Jess, really appreciate it. Today's player of the match. You're on fire.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Cheers. Jess Park there, an incredible game. And West Ham, they've got to be disappointed today. I know they're not in a position at the table to be expecting to beat Man City, but are they doing enough?
I said before, I don't think they are. I mean, they had a reaction after the 3rd goal, but it's, for me, a little bit too late. They come out in the second half. They tried to be a little bit more aggressive and front-footed in their press and put Manchester City on the back foot. Maybe 10, 15 minutes, they had the legs to do that for. They had a couple of opportunities where they hit the woodworks. But apart from that, they didn't really bring anything. You know, Manchester City was always in control of the game. And look, of course, we don't expect West Ham to come here and beat Manchester City. This Manchester City team is, you know, one of the best. They're really up there competing this season with one of the best teams in Europe. But I expected more effort from the players. They've got to be disappointed with maybe that first half performance. I think they can take something from the second half, but certainly that first half performance.
Farah, going into the crunch part of the season, how do you see it going?
I said, you know what, all season it's Chelsea, it's Manchester City, it's Chelsea, and it looks that way all the way until the final game of the season. I think obviously that Arsenal game for Manchester City is a big one. I think if they get the 3 points from that really does put huge pressure on Chelsea, who have to come away to Old Trafford against Manchester United to maybe pinch the title.
Well, Farah, thanks so much. And you can join us next weekend as Everton host Arsenal live on BBC One. Until then, goodbye.